How far have you gotten in the race today?
Today, we probably made it to the next water station at this point in time. We have seen just last night, we were able to be helped a little bit by the weather. We had a calm night, minimal winds, humidity recovered to 58%, which is still low. It's 20% higher than we've had at any other point in time in the fire. We are seeing some of the winds picking up, as you can see here. One thing we are concerned with some tonight is there going to be a change in wind direction that's going to be different than any other time we've had in the fire. So we are looking at placing resources in some different areas heavily than what we've done and make sure we are monitoring that.
You made a call yesterday across the state to get help. What has come in the past 24 hours?
We've had, in the past 24 hours, we've had, I can't speak to which counties, we've had about 20 different departments arrive outside of our local surrounding counties. We are having more that's on their way in right now, and we're trying to go out and determine what our needs are going to be because we've had several still saying that they're willing to send stuff.
You had mentioned you were trying to keep your local guys on 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Are you at a staffing point where you can't do that, or are they still burning both ends of the pot? I'm sorry about the problem.
We have a couple of departments that are here 24 hours, but we are able to keep our guys rotated out at 12-hour shifts.
What is his strategy as far as the Forest Service on the front lines and the local guys protecting structures? Is that still?
So we are working very well together. Just had a meeting with the Forest Service. They're getting a new ops person. We're going out to do some recon together, and we are working hand in hand with them. Making sure that both needs are met. It's not just all one or the other. Primary is life safety. Secondary is going to be making sure structures are done, and then we're worried about wildlife.
Is that strategy staying in place though, as far as the Forest Service on the front lines?
Yes, it is. The Forest Service is actually bringing some brush trucks in. They've got a strike team that's coming in to assist with this, and we'll continue mop-up operations, on the fire lines.
How are residents doing
still
right
the same
now?
Size, one thing I do want to say, it was asked yesterday, there was a lot of reports saying 140, 200 acres, and also they went to 430 or 450. In that range. I think the official thing they're saying right now is 431. That is still an estimate. That is, we haven't had someone walk all the way around the fire with a GPS to have an accurate mapping of that. Our plow lines have not changed from what our thought process was on Saturday where they started plowing the lines. We just have a firmer number so the fire didn't double in size from what our intent was on Saturday. It's just we have a better measurement of what it is.
Do you have a length on the plow lines? Is that in miles or is it hundreds of yards?
I do not have that exact length from the plow lines because there's been numerous, and then places we have used roads to tie all this in, so I can't give an accurate number.
What is it like on the front line? Can you tell us a little bit of a visual as far as how thick the smoke is, and are there big flames or just smoldering?
Depends on which day it was. Friday, Saturday, and at times on Sunday, you had a lot more intense flames. Some of the stuff that you truly see in movies, or you see it very bad situations where we had flames going across all the fire trucks, going to the other side of the roads. So we've had that too. You just have smoke smoldering up. So it's very day to day and depends on where you're at the time. It's what they are facing. Conditions are still. You see how the weather in November, we're 75 degrees here, which is a little uncommon. So it is making it tough. Dry conditions. Trying to be able to stay hydrated, work, moving equipment around all the time. It's, for extended periods like that, it is becoming more stressful.
Is it still at 5% containment?
As of now, that may change a little bit this afternoon with some of the better conditions. So it is confined. We have a line around it, almost at 100%. We feel, if we want to say 90% like that, containment. Is how confident do we feel if we walk away that the fire will not get out and get any larger if there is no presence at all. So we're still saying 5%. That may go up a little bit. I could not see, I can't speak for the Forest Service, I can't see us going up past 20% containment at this point in time today.
I know we've talked before, kind of set up the coronavirus investigation. Do you have any idea?
So when we initially responded Friday, and that's what's going to vary as the state's coming in. You know, they weren't the ones that's here now. Were not here on the initial. What we were told by the homeowners is they were doing some burning the week prior. It's dry. The embers that have popped back up and started to fire from that. So that's what we were going off of on an assumption. We haven't taken time to do the investigation, more so until the incident is over.
You said the winds are expected to change tonight. Can you kind of describe what that could mean?
So with that, we're not thinking the winds are going to be stronger than what we've dealt with at any point in time, but they are blowing in a different direction. So that has the potential for some fuel that's inside the line that hasn't been burnt to maybe be exposed. As you see leaves on the ground, this wind normally always blows in one direction. As it blows in the other direction, it's going to flip them over. So it could turn some of this stuff that's blackened over, flip it up, and start exposing some more fire and embers. We're not exactly sure exactly what's going to happen with that. That is a prediction, so we're trying to prepare for that and make a contingency plans.
Have you ever seen anything like this before? What do you rely upon to come up with your strategy and encourage all these teams?
My personal experience I'm drawing on, there's a well involved with a party rock fire in 2016. That was a Chimney Rock Lake Lure area. Spent a lot of time down there working on the command post with that. Myself and our emergency manager, Jimmy Greasy, did a lot of that for the Henderson County side. That encompassed 3 counties. That was a very good experience. I hate to say it prepared us for this. It prepared us to understand how the magnitude of this is impacting the resources we need and how it's grown. I hate that we've had to use that experience in order to be able to do something like this.
How are residents feeling right now, and just how are they doing overall with the idea of this kind of happening and how dry it is?
They still have concern, and by right, you know, I would be concerned if my house was in there. I think they're feeling more at ease. The less smoke, the less flames they see, most everybody's going to feel at ease. But everybody's going to have that worry, I think, until they see, you know, everybody's gone, or really until we actually get a good rain to try to help and ensure that hey, I can walk out of my house and I don't have to worry about it.
And is there anything that you guys are asking residents to kind of do right now to help you guys with it?
The biggest thing is, you know, is anything, try to, where we live in the area, try to have your houses prepared for wildland stuff. You have fires that are in. Keep leaves blown away from your house. Don't let them blow up underneath the deck. Try to keep your gutters cleaned out. Keep a safe buffer space, you know, 20 foot of green grass around the house, instead of having tree overgrowth or bushes that grow right up against the house from the wildland side. That just makes it very hard to defend, and this stuff burns. When it gets dry and burns as rapid as it does, it really hurts with structural protection.
A lot of the guys we saw coming in last night, they were young. You could tell that this is their first big time that they're out facing something this big.
It is.
How do you're having to look out for them as much as the homeowners and the community? How do you do that?
So the division chiefs that we have over these crews when they're out there do have more experience in dealing with stuff like this. And we're giving briefings before they go out to make sure they understand what they're looking for. You know, and then we have people out there making sure they are staying as safe as possible. But the conditions, say when it's burning 12 inches deep, a lot of them haven't faced fires like that until now, because it's not something you deal with all the time. Out west may deal with some of the stuff, and you'll run into some fires here and there, but it's not something that's very common where we're at right now.
How are they handling the young?
Once we, you know, they understand that, know what to look for, they're able to adapt and do well with it.
I know that 2 homes were also taken during the last couple of days as well. Were you able to speak with those homeowners and those family members there?
They have been contacted. One family, it's kind of a second home that lives out of state. The other family had just moved here. They haven't been here real long. I did go and personally meet with them the other day. You know, they were able to look at the damage, get some stuff out. Fortunately, they did have another place to go right now, so they're not completely displaced. So They do have a roof over their head, but you know, as bad as it is, they understand the situation. They were there Saturday morning when it became real bad and saw how fast the fire was moving.
The homeowners that had the burn a week prior, is their structure still standing?
It is as of now, yes.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, wonderful.
Thank
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Y'all ready to unload
Hey, Chief,
them?
just leave.